Hello, and welcome to the Freedom Challenge online podcast. Here at the Freedom Challenge, we strive to do good by helping enslaved women and children to do more than you ever thought physically possible, and to do it together by connecting women with a heart for a hurting world. We hope you enjoy your time being informed and encouraged with host Tracy Daria and our amazing guests. So let's get ready and join Tracy for this week's episode.
Welcome back. This is your host and the director of the Freedom Challenge, Tracy Daria. The Freedom Challenge is a movement of passionate women who participate in physical challenges that test our limits while raising funds and awareness that disrupt the cycles of oppression and poverty that can lead to human trafficking. This year, we're hosting 5 one-day events, and we just completed our Tahoe one-day event, and arguably was one of the crowd's favorites. Always love going to Tahoe. This is the second time we've gone. There was so much momentum. Today, we're going to hear from our beloved Daria, the events manager for the Freedom Challenge. If you know her, I know that you love her. And if you do not know her, she is filled with whimsy and delight and is such a wonderful leader. I'm excited to hear all about what happened just last week. And Daria, hey, you.
Hey.
Tell us about Tahoe. What are the stats? What are the deets? Tell us what went down.
Yeah, really enjoyed Tahoe. It was absolutely incredible. Tracy, you mentioned it's the second time that we've been back. We were back in Tahoe in 2023. That's when the Sierra Sisters were kind of getting started. And in talking with Teresa Verdillos, who's been on this podcast a couple times as well, she was just saying how much people in that area were itching to get back on the trails with purpose, with intention, with the Freedom Challenge. And so we were like, let's make it happen.
Some of us who are listening may not even know who the Sierra Sisters or Teresa are. And the sweet spot for a really successful challenge that you're going to unveil in just a moment is a beautiful, iconic place to go, which Tahoe absolutely is. I highly recommend anyone who has never been there. A catalytic leader, Teresa Verdillos, and wonderful group of women who she has galvanized to really engage deep. But I do want to explain those details just in case someone's going, what's a Sierra Sister?
This year, we had 38 hikers register. We had 5 people on our prayer team this year. Every single challenge that we do, we have an active prayer team present with us. That is so important, if not one of the most important parts of all of our challenges is prayer. We ask our participants to create personal prayer teams that they can connect with, be actively covered in prayer, but then also being able to bring awareness further to their personal prayer teams. So 38 hikers and 5 prayer team members. And together we raised over $30,000. So right now we're at $30,156. Our original goal was $25,000.
Whoa. Mind blown. Because what's significant about that fundraising is it represents an individual woman who invested in herself to go to Tahoe, trained, got all of her equipment together. Some people purchased flights and then showed up for a somewhat grueling, because we would like to say it is a challenge, hike for the day, and then invited individual people to be on that journey with them. So each one of those gifts represents someone who said, I care about this topic. I want to be a part of that disruption, both in prayer, giving, and then, of course, those participants who are going. So it really does represent, as you pull it apart, a lot of winning. It's pretty great. Daria, as the event manager, I want to hear where you were actively seeing or witnessing. I mean, God is always showing up, but like you were witnessing something that maybe was unlike any other challenge. It was unexpected. I want to hear that moment. Your highest pick. I mean, I'm sure there's so many, but what's the one you want to share?
Man, there are so many things that happen on these challenges that you literally, there's no other answer except God. I mean, we met so many people on trail during this challenge. We don't We don't shut down trails or anything like that. We are out in the public, out in the wild with other people. And the conversations and opportunity to connect with others on trail is definitely always one of the highlights. Each challenge, we also carry prayer cards that have a number of particular prayer points that we actually pray while we're on trail. And there's also a QR code on that to take you directly to our website and even our giving page. And within that, we had probably at least 4 or 5 individuals who actually gave, like right there on the spot. That's something that always continues to blow my mind. The impact of literal just conversation on trail, being out in creation, being out, doing something really hard. But then when people are like, oh, you're not just going up for the view. No, it's so much more important than that. Do you want to hear about it?
And when there's like a mob of ladies walking with a shirt similar to what you have on and human trafficking, I know this year we have these bright yellow shirts with, they just get your attention. I know it brings a curiosity and just the preparedness, knowing that people in that moment, oftentimes their hearts are moved. And I would say that it does always surprise when someone goes, I love what you're doing, and I'm compelled to give. And in that moment, they do. Again, like we talked about a few minutes ago, that there's a compilation of so many individual people we know and don't know, who are contributing in such a beautiful way and showing up. I love it. I want to hear a little bit more about maybe a story that happened. I mean, it really does come down to, I have people say this to me all the time. What's been your favorite challenge, or what's that one story? And the truth is, you almost come to this place where you say every challenge is my favorite because of the uniqueness. So I would love, even for me, because I was not there, for you to invite us, the listeners, Freedom Sisters, or those who are new to us, to just let us in on a moment where you witnessed something extraordinary and you want us to know about it.
Yeah. So there were 3 teams for the Tahoe challenge. We had a difficult team, so difficult trail option, moderate trail option, and a mild trail option. And this time of year in Tahoe, apparently there are butterfly migrations. And what a timely area to be thinking about butterflies. We, of course, if you've not already seen in our logo, we have a butterfly in our logo. Early on trail, this gentleman had passed us and he said, oh, too bad you missed the butterfly migration. And I was like, what do you mean? There was a butterfly migration? And he told us a little bit about it. And he's like, yeah, it's probably on its way out. And they're probably already on their way to Mexico. And so we were like, that's sad, but okay, well, still cool. Butterflies. Right around the time our teams are getting to their peaks, I got a text from Annie, one of our Sherpas for the difficult trail option. And all it said was butterflies everywhere. And we were like, what is going on? And later they told us about how when they got to the summit for their particular hike, there were butterflies everywhere. And what an incredible sight to behold. They also had a worship leader on their team. Shout out Katie. And she sang, and there was just a ton of rejoicing and just taking in this summit. I can't script that. It is just something otherworldly. And every single team experienced butterflies. We even experienced butterflies on our hike. I think it represented a lot of the flying away of varying overwhelm or intense just feelings of either unpreparedness or nervousness about elevation gain. And am I going to be able to do this? And do I have the strength to go this far? And, all these things. And of course, continually as we move on with our own 2 feet and with each other in our teams, it really does help break down those personal walls within our brains, which I absolutely love to see represented within like these beautiful creations just flying away. It's like the anxieties and the fears just kind of floating away. It was really amazing to see and witness those butterflies.
Yeah. As you're saying it, it feels like a grand finale, right? Like you made this climactic moment And here is this wink from heaven, not just birds or leaves, but specifically butterflies that really represent the transformation, the full transformation of a life under God's care. And really that symbol of how God is transforming us, but he's also using what we're doing to transform others. It just feels like a wink, a grand finale, a stick the landing. And I just feel like I was there, Daria. I saw some of the pictures and just, I'm sure, could barely take in. It's never the same than when you're there, but the way that you've described it is very visceral and has just the touch of heaven for his girls in those moments. I mean, who even knew like there was a day of a butterfly migration to Mexico, right? You're in this in the daily. You're in the thick. You're in the planning. You're in the details. You're in the encouraging of the women, and then you are nitty gritty, getting dirty in all of it. So what was something that was just this, Daria, is why this work is so important?
Yeah. That's a great question, Tracy. As I reflect, the word awareness comes to mind. I think oftentimes, whether I'm planning these events, I've got friends who are planning alongside. There is so much awareness involved within where we're going, what we're doing, what are our trails, how do we choose, fundraising goals. Does everyone have their fundraising page set up? Are we communicating what we need? And it comes down to the most important thing is awareness. The awareness of who is going to be a part of this. Who does God have planned to be a part of this? Just like the people who we've run into on our trails. Awareness of your own bigger why. What do you want to learn from this experience? What are you hoping to accomplish within this? Awareness, even from a perspective of what does hiking and prayer and human trafficking all have in common? I mean, you just need one person to say yes to be able to move forward in that. You just need to put one foot in front of the other. You just need to ask a question of if people are willing to be a part of something bigger. The awareness of movement of our bodies, what we are willing to do and what we are actually willing to think of stepping outside of ourselves in order to pursue, whether it's passion, whether it's compassion, whether it's a desire to help others or simply help build the kingdom in that sense, I think is really beautiful. And then also awareness to know that not everyone knows what this is all about, and that's okay. But I think that's probably one of the biggest areas of what we do within the Freedom Challenge as well. Yes, we fundraise. Yes, we pray. Yes, we pray, give, and go. Like those are our three main areas that we've mentioned. And yet to be actually able to inform and to educate others, that's where that real ripple effect is going to help within all that we're trying to achieve. It's a simple bringing awareness. Did you know? And this is why we are doing what we're doing. And truly that helps to continue to move this mountain. I mean, Ruth, our prayer coordinator, has said it multiple times. We aren't able to move this mountain, but we serve a God who can and will. And so the first part of that, of course, is also trusting, but also being able to step into an area of being aware of ourselves, of each other, of the greater world, being aware of even, just the feeling of how big this issue is, but also being aware that we serve an incredible God who is asking us to join him within the awareness piece of bringing those closer.
Mm-hmm. And something that I know happened that I will add to your word awareness is the day before the challenge, there was a prayer walk. I saw photos of individuals walking to different government buildings and had a beautiful prayer guide that was really allowing the heart to connect to these different pieces, becoming aware this is happening in plain sight. This is a place that makes laws that we can participate and be a part of. And then in the evening, you had a prayer evening in which others were invited. So really raising funds and awareness for this, and then the freedom for self and freedom for others, all of that really involves how you've highlighted this word awareness. And I really appreciate you letting us have a little sneak peek into this. Speaking of awareness, we have some other things coming up even in the next couple of weeks. We're going to be in Orange County, our 1-day Freedom Challenge in Orange County. We have place still on our prayer team. And I think we're right at goal for our hikers, but we will always make room. So I want to invite you to come to that. We are also making awareness happen in New York City. It is our third time. So significant to be on the West Coast and then bam, East Coast, and bringing presence and prayer, awareness, walking, raising funds and awareness. So we would love to invite you. Daria will be there. I will be at both of those too. But any closing thoughts, Daria, before we sign off on your amazing report of the Tahoe 1-day challenge for the Freedom Challenge?
I mean, as always, if you're on the fence about joining us for a challenge, just do it. Most importantly, just come. You don't have to push yourself very hard. We have levels for everyone. If you want to be on prayer team, be on prayer team, because regardless of the fact, you will show up at the beginning of the day as a completely different person than who you will be at the end of the day. And I can guarantee that that person at the end of the day will have such a catalytic, beautiful time that you will want to keep coming back and coming back and coming back, because the experience itself, but then also what happens in and through you because of your yes is absolutely incredible. And that's even, that's whether you go, that's whether you give. I mean, some people I know always mention, man, I had to give because I just couldn't go this time, or I've always wanted to. Giving is so important as well. All these 3 areas are so important. And so whether you are a continual prayer warrior for us and with us, thank you. If you are a continual giver, and that is how you see the best way to serve and to provide support, thank you. And if you are boots on the ground joining us, continually thank you. We want to see people back all the time, and we also want to see new friends. I mean, we had probably 10 to 15 new participants for the Tahoe Challenge, which is so cool. And so many of them are like, well, you'll be seeing me again. I'm like, I can't wait. That's probably one of my favorite parts of the job, is getting to see people over and over again.
It gets in your blood. Daria, you are a gem. I appreciate and love and admire you so much. Thank you for giving us this awesome Tahoe report. More to come. And those of you who heard Daria exhort you to be a part, challenge yourself, pray intentionally, give generously. And until next time, let's continue to do good, biblical justice, helping enslaved women and children do more than you ever thought physically possible, maybe in OC or NYC, Orange County, or New York City, just in case you're not picking up the letters. And let's do it together by connecting with women who have a heart for a hurting world. God bless you.
Thanks for listening to the Freedom Challenge online podcast. If you liked what you heard, join the fight to set women and children on a pathway to freedom across the globe. We are a proud ministry of Operation Mobilization USA and encourage you to learn more at thefreedomchallenge.com and omusa.org for how you can get involved. Follow us on Facebook, on Instagram at the FCUSA, and don't forget to subscribe and leave a review to let us know what you think. We'll see you next time.